Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, my dear students, grade 12 students in your SAT course. Trigonometry will complete together in the seventh session, the trigonometry branch. Yesterday, we start our lesson in trigonometry and we talk about the main trig functions, which are sine, cosine, and tan, the reciprocal functions, sec, cosec, and cotan. And also, we talk about the quads, and when sine is positive, when cosine is positive, when tan is positive, in which quad. And also, we talk about the reference angle. Today, inshallah, we'll talk about the area of triangle, sine law, cosine law, or the law of sine and the law of cosine. And also, we'll talk about trigonometric identities. Trigonometric identities. Okay, today, inshallah, we'll work in the first part in the sine and the cosine. Pay attention with me. First, we will talk about the area of the triangle. Area of triangle. Mister, the area of the triangle equal half base times height. This is right, of course. This is a rule, a common rule for the area of the triangle, half base times height. But if I give you a triangle like this, without a height, you don't have the height. Mister, I'll draw the height. Okay, you'll draw the height, but what is the length of the height? What is the length of the height? You don't have the length of the height, or you don't, the height is unknown, so you can't use this rule. Even if you have the height, you can find the area. But if you don't have the height, we use another rule. What is the rule? The rule of the area of the triangle, if we don't have height, if we have a non-right angle triangle, and we don't have the height, or the height is unknown, is half the product of any two sides. The product of any two sides. I name the first side here by A, the second side by B, and the third side by C small. So the product of any two sides, it means A multiplied by B. Sine the included angle. Between A and B, you have angle C. So, mister, it's half the product of any two sides multiply sine the included angle. It means angle C. Or it can be half the product of any two sides, means Mr. BC, for example, sine the included angle, it will be angle A. Or half the product of any two sides, Mr. Here we have A and C, and will be sine angle B. So, Mr., we have now two rules for the area of the triangle. Half times base times height, or half the product of any two sides, sine the included angle. Sine the included angle. This is about the area of the triangle. So if we need to find the area of the triangle, we need to use one of this rule according to the givens, according to the information. Okay, this is the first idea. The second idea, it's talking about the sine law. What is sine law, or the law of sine? Sine law or sine rule, we use this law to solve the triangle. What about solving the triangle? The triangle has six elements. Any triangle has six elements. So any triangle has six elements. What are the six elements of the triangle, Mr.? The six elements of the triangle are three sides and three angles. Three sides and three angles. So we have three sides and three angles. I need to find the three sides and also the three angles. Mister, I need to find the three sides and the three angles. Yes, but he will give you three elements and ask you about the other three elements. Or he give you three elements and ask you about one element. So we will use the sine law or the cosine law. When we use the sine and when we use the cosine, before this, we will go to know the sine law first. What is the sine law? The sine law or the rule is we have in any triangle three angles and three sides. The angles are capital letters and the sides are opposite to the angles with the small letters. It means the side which opposite to angle A is A small. Angle C is C small, and so on. What is the rule, mister? Sine A over A. So sine the angle A over the side A, the opposite side, equal sine B over B. So sine B over B equal sine C over C, means sine the angle C over C. Mister, it's a proportion. It's a proportion. Proportion, it means equality between two or more ratios. The first ratio is sine A over A. The second ratio, sine B over B. The third ratio is sine C over C. Equality between them, so we have proportion. We have proportion. This is the sine law. This is the sine law. But when we use the sine law, pay attention with me. We use the sine law in two cases. What is the first case? The first case, if he give me two angles and one side. So, mister, if he give me two angles given, okay, and one side. So if he give me two angles and one side, even the side is included, is between the two angles, or the side is outside the two angles. It means if we have ASA or you have AAS, okay? In this case, we use the sine law. We use the sine law. Mister, what is the second case? The second case, if he give me two sides, and the non-included angles. So he gave me the length of two sides, and a non-included angle. Non-included angle. It means the angle is not between the two sides. Non-included angle. So if we have two sides and the non-included angle, or if he gives me two angles and one side, even the side is included or outside, there is no problem. We will use the sine law. We will use the sine law. Okay, even the missing is an angle, the missing is a side, we can find it. How we can find it, we will see now. The third idea here, we'll talk about the cosine law. Cosine law. In the cosine law, we have two laws. Okay. The law to find the side and the law to find the angle. If the angle is missing, we will use a rule. If the side is missing, we use another rule. What is the rule for to find the missing angle? Pay attention with me. We will use this rule if he gave me the three sides. So S. If he give me three sides and ask me about an angle, I'll use this rule. For example, angle A is missing, angle B is missing, angle C is missing, and you give me the three sides. For example, 5, 7, 6. What shall I do? You will get the first angle, and then the second angle, and then after that, the third angle by 180 minus. 180 minus, because the sum of measures of the interior angle must be equal 180. So what is the rule, mister? Cosine A equals fraction mark. And then this is what? This is A, mister. This is A. Leave A. So, mister, it will be B squared plus C squared minus A squared. So the letter with the cosine will be with minus or negative sign. And the other two letters will be at the beginning with plus. Over what, mister? Over twice BC. Twice the first two letters, the first two sides. Again, mister, can you give me the rule with B? Okay. Cosine B to be what, mister? Leave B. So, mister, the remainder is A squared plus C squared. Now I can write B. So minus B squared over 2AC. This is the cosine when we need to find the angle. Okay, the case that we use is S. Mister, if we need to find a side, if we need to find a side, when we use this, case in two sides and included angle, pay attention about this. Two sides and included angle. It means SAS, Mr. Two sides and non-included angle. The angle is not included between the two sides. But here, if you have two sides and included angle, we'll use this rule to find the other missing sides. What is the rule, mister? The rule will be, I need to find the side A, for example. So A squared equal the other two letters. It means Mr. B squared plus C squared minus twice BC cosine A. Mister, can you repeat this rule with B, for example, in order to know that we understand or not? Okay, B squared. So leave B. The remainder, mister, is A squared plus C squared minus twice the product of AC. Cosine times cosine. The angle is not in here. We have A and C. So angle what? Angle. So if you have here A small, cosine A. B small, cosine B. This is the rules for cosine. So now we have the area of the triangle, half the product of any two sides multiply sine the included angle. The sine law is sine A over A equals sine B over B equals sine C over C. Cosine, we have two rules for cosine. Even if we need to find the angle, it will be cosine equal cosine A equal. If we need to find the side, it will be A equal B equal C equal and so on. Okay, let's go to the problems. Okay. Before going to the problems, I need to remember with you two famous triangles. Mister, we talked yesterday about the famous triangles. No, another two famous triangles. What are the two famous triangles, mister? The two famous triangles are the 60 or 30-60 triangle, 30-60 triangle, and the 45-45 triangle. Mister, I think we work in a right angle triangles. Yes. So two famous or two special case for the right angle triangle, 45-45 and 30-60. This is 45-45. It means, mister, this angle is 45 degree and this angle is 45. Oh, it's an isosceles triangle. It means this side is equal to this side. Yes, of course. In this case, if you have a triangle like this, if I said that this side, for example, is 10, Mr. This isosceles triangle, so this side also will be 10. What about the hypotenuse? What about the hypotenuse? Mister, we can use a Pythagoras. Yes, of course, you can use Pythagoras or Pythagorean theorem. But no time for this. What shall I do? Take this side, which is 10, mister, and multiply it by root 2. Root 2 is constant. Root 2 is constant. So if you need to get the hypotenuse in 45 right angle triangle, just get the side or the length of one leg, one side or one leg, okay, and multiply it by root 2. And multiply it by root 2, and vice versa. And the opposite is right. What is the opposite? If I gave you the hypotenuse, just divide it by root 2 to get this side. Again, mister, it means, mister, if I write another numbers, I just write here. This is 3. What about this? This will be also 3. What about this? This will be automatically 3 root 2. I'm talking about the get problems. The get problems, but we just get some important rules. But mister, if I give you that the hypotenuse is 8, what shall I do? And I ask you about the other two sides. You just said, mister, divide by root 2. Okay, so this will be 8 root 2, and this also will be 8 root 2. Mister, 8 root 2 is not in the simplest form. I must multiply up and down by root 2 because it can't be root 2 down. Yes, right. About simplifying, I don't talk about simplifying, but just you divide by root 2. Mister, after that, I can simplify. Root 2 times root 2 equals to 2. And I have here 8. And I have here root 2. Cancel, cancel. It will be 4 root 2. So this side will be 4 root 2. And the other side will be 4 root 2. This is what? This is 45, 45 triangle. 45, 45 triangle. What about the 30-60 triangle? 30-60 triangle. What about the 30-60 triangle? Some of my dear students, I know they know this information very well, but I must repeat it in order not to stop in some problems. And I need to write 30-60 triangle. You don't understand 30-60 triangle, or you don't remember. So just I get a feedback, or I'm going to make a focus on them before we work in the problems. 30-60 triangle has a special property. We have here 30 and you have here 60. Okay, of course. Okay, mister. The side which opposite to the angle 30 is half the length of the hypotenuse. Again. The side which opposite to the angle 30 is half the length of the hypotenuse. It means, mister, if the hypotenuse is 10, the side which opposite to the angle 30 will be 5. Excellent. But what about the side which opposite to the angle 30? Take the length of the side which opposite to 30 and multiply it by root 3. Root 3 is constant. Root 3 is constant. So, mister, I just multiply. Take 5 and multiply it by root 3? Yes. So this is a very important remark. Mister, can you repeat again? I'll repeat again with another numbers. I'm going to give you the side which is opposite to the angle 30. I give you this as 4. What about the hypotenuse? Oh, it's a double. It's a double. I make a switch. Okay. But what about the side of which is opposite to 60? Yes, it's a 4 root 3. You understand? I think it's very easy now. Just go to the problems. Just go to the problems directly. The problems directly. The problems directly. Yesterday we talked about the famous angles: angle 30, angle 45, angle 60, angle 90, angle 180, 0 or 360. You must use the sine, the cosine, the tan of each angle. If I ask you sine 45, automatically you said root 2 over 2. Sine 30, it's half. Sine 60, it's root 3 over 2, and so on. You must know them very well. You don't have a calculator in that exam. We're going to the first problem. In the first problem, in a triangle ABC, which BC equals to 4, AC equals to 3, the measure of the angle between them is 30. I need to find the area. Oh, we will use the rule of the area, mister. The rule of the area is half the product. So the area equal half the product of the two sides. Mister, the first side is 4. Multiply the second side is 3. And the angle between them, he said, it's 30. So sine 30. Mister, it will be half 4 is 2. So 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by sine 30. What sine 30? I just said it now. It's half. Half of 2 is 1. So the result will be 3. The result will be 3. Okay. The result will be 3. Pay attention about this. Pay attention about this. Again, mister. Again, mister. So half of 4 is 2. I just write 3 as it is. And then after that, sine 30. What is sine 30? Mister, I don't have a calculator. I said you must know the famous angles. Okay, so sine 30 is equal to half. Half of 2 is 1. 1 times 3 is equal to 3. So 3 square unit length, which is centimeter squared. This is answer of number 1. I'm going to number 4. To number 4. Mister, why you go to number 4? Because it's the same idea. Find the area of triangle LMN, where angle N is 45, MN is 3 root 2, and LN is 6. And he draw the triangle as you see. By the same rule. So this is the answer of number 4. I write area equal half the product of the two sides. The first side, mister, is 3 root 2. The second side, Mister, is 6. And then after that, multiplied by sine the included angle, which is 45. Mister, what is sine 45? Sine 45 is what? Yes, root 2 over 2. So half multiplied by 3 root 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by root 2 over 2. Let's start. Okay. Mister, it's a cancellation. It's a cancellation. So pay attention about this. First, I'll cancel this 2 with the 6. Mister, the remainder is 3. And then after that, I'm going to multiply root 2 times root 2. Root 2 times root 2 equals 2 or equal 4. Root 4. Root 4 is equal to 2. So now root 2 with root 2 give me 2. I'll cancel it with the other half. Okay. So what is the remainder, mister? Here we have 3 and here we have 3. So 3 multiplied by 3, 3 multiplied by 3, it's equal to 9. So 9 centimeters, which is letter B. So now, if you ask me about the area of the triangle, just you get half the product of any two sides multiply sine the included angle. طبعا we have some cancellations. You must know how to cancel quickly in the exam. How to cancel quickly in the exam. I cancel first 2 with 6 and the remainder is 3. Root 2 times root 2 equals 2. 2 canceled with the other 2 here. The remainder is 3 here and 3 here, which equal to. We're going to number 2. We're going to number 2. Number 2. In number 2, we're going to. In the opposite figure, what is the measure of the angle theta? What is the measure of the angle theta? Okay, mister, what is the givens? The givens is two sides. We have the first side, the second side, the third side. He gave me 3 sides and asked me about an angle. He gave me what? 3 sides and asked me about an angle. I'll use sine law or cosine law. Please, if you know the answer, just in the chat. I use the cosine law or the sine law? The sine law or the cosine law? Huh? I'm going to find here. The sine law. No, not sine. Pay attention again, pay attention again. Sine law, we will use the sine law if we have. If we have two angles, two angles, two angles, and one side. Number 2, if we have two sides, and the non-included angle. Two sides and the non-included angle, okay, or 2 angles and a side. The side may be included, maybe outside. There is no problem. Okay, this is the ways or the cases of using sine. طب the cases of using cosine, Number 1, if we have 3 sides, and this is our case. Number 2, if we have 2 sides and the included angle. مستر خلي بالك الاوردر هنا بيفرق. الاوردر هنا بيفرق. عشان كده انا بحط ايه اس. It means the side and the angle will be included like this. So this is one of the cases of the cosine. طب يا مستر انا محتاج angle. الكوساين ليها 2 rules. Have 2 rules. What are the 2 rules? Rule for the angle and rule for the side. But I need the angle now. So I just get the angle. I'll name. So I name this by A, for example. I name this by B, for example. I name this by C, for example. Okay, and the angle is called theta, which is opposite to B. So I just write B. So I need Mister to find cosine B or cosine theta. So cosine B or cosine theta is equal to fraction mark. Yes. Mister, you said B. So the other 2 letters means A squared plus C squared minus B squared over the first 2 sides multiply by 2. This is the rule. Okay, mister. So cosine B equals, just calculate. A squared, where is A? A is 8, so 64 plus C squared, Mr. C is 5, so it's 25. minus b squared, which is 49. 7 squared means 7 squared. 2 multiplied by a, which is 8, multiplied by c, which is 5. Just start to calculate. Down you will have 8 times 5 equals 40. 40 times 2 equals 80. And up, you will have 64 plus 25. 64 plus 25. 60 plus 20 equals to 80. And so it's 89. 89 minus 49 equals 40. 89 minus 49 equals 40. This is calculation. You can do it quite, and then after that you will reach the result. 40 over 80, cancel 0 by 0, divide by 4, divide by 4, it's equal to half. What is equal to half, mister? Cosine B or cosine theta equal to half. I need to find the angle B or the angle theta. Okay, what is the angle that its cosine is half? Excellent, it's 60. So our answer will be 60. Mister, it's a long problem. It may take about 2 minutes. There is no problem. Another problems, you can solve it from the first site. It may take about 2 or 3 seconds. So this will hold this. دي هتشيل دي. يعني ايه يا مستر؟ يعني انا هنا في البروبلم دي I take for example 10 seconds. In the other problem I take 1 minute and a half. So no problem. No problem. Okay. Some problems of course have but attention. I said from the beginning any problem will be about 3 steps. The first step you write the rule. Substitute, and this is the third step. The third step, you get the answer. When you get it's a half, you just write 60 automatically. So even if you have steps, the steps is calculation. Only calculation. Only calculation. Okay? But to get a step and a rule and a step and a rule and something like this, no. You don't find problems like this in the exam. Okay? This is the answer of number 2. We're going to number 3. We're going to number 3. In number 3, in the opposite figure, the measure of the angle theta is. I need to find measure of angle theta. Measure of angle theta. Just I need to make like this. In number 3, pay attention with me. He give me what he give me? He give me a side, and an angle. Ask yourself, this angle is included angle? This angle is included angle? No, it's not included. So a side, and the included angle? No, mister. This is not satisfied. The angle is not included. So a side, and an angle not included. It means we will use sine. It means we will use sine. So we will use the sine law. We will use the sine law. So pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. We'll use the sine law. We'll use the sine law. Just to start to use the sine law. Mister, I need to find the angle here. I'll name this is by A, this is B, this is C. So you have here A small, you have here 12 is B small, and the C is 6. Mister, I need to write the sine law. The sine law, it will be sine A over A, sine B over B, sine C over C. I don't use A because even I don't have the angle and its opposite side. If you don't have the angle and the opposite side, we don't use it. And we don't need angle A or the side A. So I just substitute in these 2 ratios only. Sine B. Mr. B is missing, which is theta. So I just write sine B or sine theta, the missing that we have. B small is equal to 12. So I just write 12 equal. Sine C means Mr. Sine 30 over C Mr. is equal to 6. I make a cross product or cross multiplication. So sine theta will be equals to 12 multiplied by 12 multiplied by sine 30. And here we have 6. 12 multiplied by sine 30. It means that 12 multiplied by what? Sine 30 is what? Yes, 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 yes. Excellent. Some of my dear students get the answer. It's equal to half. Over what? Over 6. It means half of 12 is 6. 6 over 6 is equal to 1. Sine the angle equals to 1. Which angle its sine is 1? It's 90. So the result is 90. Okay? Okay. But I have another answer. This answer, you will solve the problem in 1 second. 1 second. Mister, you have about 3 or 4 steps. Okay? No, in 1 second. Pay attention. I just said I have a 30-60 triangle. 30-60 triangle. Excellent. In the 30-60 triangle, we notice that, Mister, but you don't give me this angle is 90. But you see, the side which opposite to the angle 30 is 6, and the side here is 12. It means it's double. So this property satisfied. What is property? 30-60 triangle, so the angle is 90 directly. Okay, we can solve it by sine. We can solve it by sine. But here also it's a special case. I talk about the special case for these problems. You may solve the problem in 1 minute. You may solve the problem in 5 seconds. Okay, so you have the two ways. Even you use the first or the second, your answer is right. We going to number 4. Already we solve it. We going to number 5. We going to number 5. What about number 5? Number 5 is 30-60 triangle. What? Yes, it's a 30-60 triangle, Mister, also. Yes, so I can solve it from the first side. بمجرد النظر, yes, of course. This is 60, so this is 30. The side which opposite to the angle 30, half the length of the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse here is 14, so x equal to 7. We solve the problem. We solve the problem. 30-60 triangle. 30-60 triangle. Oh, it's like, Mister, a magic way. Yeah, it's like a magic way. So we have some special cases. If you know the special cases, as you see, we can solve some problems in this time. Some of the other students, or my dear students, get the answer, but waste about 2 minutes. You can solve one of the physics problems. You can solve one of the questions of the biology in this time. Okay, so I give you this way and that one. Number 6, from the opposite figure, AB equals to what? AB equals to what? Yes, we will use the cosine law. We will use the cosine law. Okay, because he need what? He need a side, and the angle is included. Yes, we'll use the root of the cosine. But I'll use the root of the cosine. Before the rule, I using the rule of the cosine, I give you the answer from the first side. It's a 30-60 triangle. What, Mister? Wallahi, it's a 30-60 triangle. Mister, but the drawing is not right triangle. I don't, this drawing is not on the scale. Not on the scale. It means I just write the numbers and the drawing, and you will deduce the result. Mister, this is 60. And this side is half of this side. So this angle is 90. This angle is 90. Okay. And this angle is 30. 30-60 triangle? Yes. But what about this? The side which opposite to the angle 30, 60, is the same to angle 30, but just multiplied it by root 3. We get the result. Oh, Mister, again, I'll give it to you again. You have a triangle. Mister, the triangle is not right. The drawing is wrong. I don't talk about the drawing. He drew a triangle. Okay, this triangle is right. Okay, is right about what? About the information. Don't look to the drawing. The drawing always not on the scale. Always not on the scale. So the first step here, I see 60. When I see 60, when I see 30, when I see 45, go to the special. Think about the special first. You can solve it by SAS or by cosine law, but it may take about 2 minutes. If you have a problem like this, I can solve it from the first side. It's a 30-60 triangle, mister, because 4 is half of 8. So this angle is 90. This angle is 30. The side opposite to 30 is 4. The side opposite to 60 is 4 root 3. We solve the problem. Okay, we solve the problem. So you can use the cosine law also. You can use the cosine law, but it may take about 2 minutes. Mister, please use the cosine law. Okay, I'll use the cosine law. We have here, this is called the C. This is called the A. And this is called the B. I need to find AB, it means C. So I just write C squared equal A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine C. Means, Mr. C squared equal A squared, it means 64 plus B squared, it means 16 minus 2 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 4 cosine C, it means cosine 60. Okay, mister. So it's 64 plus 16 minus 2 multiplied 8 multiplied 4 cosine 60 is half. This half cancelled by 2. So 8 times 4 is 32. So I have here 32. So 64 plus 16 minus 32. 64, okay, it's plus 16. It's equal to 80. 80 minus 32. 80 minus 32. It's 48. So I just write here C squared equal to 48. I need to find C. So the root of 48. The root of 48 is what? Mr. 48, it's equal to 16 times 3. The root of 16 is 4. So outside the root is 4 and the remainder is 3. 3, 4 root 3. All these steps. And we solve it without all these steps. So we finished the first part now of the session. We are talking in this part about sine law, cosine law, and how to find the area without the uh, height. Height is given. Thanks for your attention, and inshallah we'll complete after 10 minutes break by the second session. Thanks. See you.